This video is for the people out there who are feeling lost, who are feeling hopeless, who really want to change their life and change themselves, but they feel like they don't know how to. They feel as if they're stuck in the same repetitive cycle that they can't seem to get out of. I know exactly how you feel, because for many years of my life, I was in that position. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel where we explore how to elevate your mindset, shift your identity, and create the life and the version of you that you can be proud of. So a little background on myself. Well, first of all, I'm 29 years old. All through my 20s, I wasn't living a good life. I was unhappy with who I was as a person. Several jobs that I had in the past, they fired me. I was suffering from alcoholism. I wouldn't say I was an alcoholic, but I was definitely a massive binge drinker. I was the kind of person who I couldn't have one drink. I would have to have another drink. And I was just going through a downward spiral where I felt like I was losing the plot and everything was just getting out of control. I was getting out of control. So I remember one of my previous jobs, the owner, such a good person, a nice guy. I've got so much respect for him. He said to me, this was last year, the beginning of the summer 2024. He said to me, I'll pay for your first 3 therapy sessions. I thought, this is what I needed. I've never had therapy in my life. So I went to the first session, and the woman who was there was asking me these questions, trying to pick pieces to get inside my mind. But honestly, during the time, I did not feel that it was right for me. I just had a weird feeling afterwards. I didn't go back to another therapy session, but just after the first one, I just had this weird realization within myself that I can't rely on other people to change who I am, to change my life. Because at the end of the day, it's my life. This is my reality. So that was the sort of turning point for me where I just knew that I had to change myself in order to change my life. I wanted to become my best version. So every single night before I would fall asleep, I would vividly imagine myself as being my best version. I would imagine how this version of me would walk, how he would talk, his body language, how he would feel about himself. So I started to incorporate this in my day-to-day life. More importantly, the feeling that I had as being this version of myself. And as days went by, I started to feel different. I started to actually appreciate who I was, appreciate life. I felt so good. So I decided, okay, this is what I'm going to do every single day now. The way that I would think about myself was completely different from what I've ever felt about myself throughout my whole life. Because my whole life before that, I didn't like who I was. I was talking negatively about myself in my head. But this was life changing for me. So because of the fact that I was living my day-to-day life, thinking in my head and feeling the emotion of being my best version, one of the things was I stopped alcohol. Just like that. I started to look at it as for what it was. Let's be honest, alcohol is poison. I never thought to myself I would ever be this long sober. There was times in the past where I would go 1 or 2 weeks sober, then I would go back to drinking. Times where I would be 1 or 2 months sober, and then during that time tell myself, oh, I'll never drink again, and then I will go back drinking again. But now I just cannot seem to fathom ever even having a sip of it again. It's just completely out the window. And also another thing was my diet started to change. For the first time in my life, I was eating healthy foods, no junk foods, no processed sugar. Because I was doing that, I was feeling much more alive, much more pure. It was unbelievable. Also, what happened was I started to naturally just want to move my body and become more active every single day, exercising. Also wanted to learn new skills, gain more knowledge and wisdom that I can apply into my life. I started reading a lot of books about self-improvement, about spirituality. I also just stopped procrastinating. I got myself into e-commerce, which filled up my time. And another thing that I realized was that healing the relationship with myself healed my other relationships in life. My connection now with my family is the strongest it's ever been. There were friends that I've had in the past who were not really my friends, they were just drink friends, people that you go out and drink with. But the friends that I have now are just, well, the friendship is just stronger than it's ever been, which is absolutely phenomenal. So here are some tips that you can take and apply into your life in order for you to become your best version, to change your reality. So first of all, what's really important, just to express gratitude. It can be in your head, it can be out loud, doesn't matter. Just be thankful for still being alive. It can be the smallest things. You're probably watching this video on your phone, on your laptop. There's so many people out there who do not have access to a phone or a laptop. You're on the internet right now. Just be thankful for the small things as soon as you wake up and for the rest of your day. Thankful for the air that you breathe, for the food that you eat. When you express gratitude, you just have this amazing feeling. You start to feel good about yourself. Another tip is meditation. Meditation is so powerful. You don't need half an hour, you just need 5 or 10 minutes. So just sit down or lie down, close your eyes, and just focus on your breath. You will have thoughts that come in your mind, but the key is not to delve into these thoughts and take your focus, your attention back to your breath. And what meditation does is it keeps you in the present moment. So when you're living your day-to-day life, you're in the present moment at all times. And I know it's cliche, there is a saying, if you focus too much on the future, you start to become anxious. If you focus in your mind too much about the past, you start to feel depressed. So it's very important to stay in the present moment, because that's all there is the present moment. So another tip is to replace your bad habits with good habits. So let's say, for example, you're suffering from eating too much junk food. It's easy. All you've got to do is just switch that to healthy food. It may be difficult because with any type of addiction, the first couple of days or so, it will be difficult, but you've got to go through the pain in order to grow as a person. No pain, no gain. And also what's really important is the voice in your head. Start to change that voice in your head. Start to tell yourself you are worthy. Just say, I am beautiful. I am my best version. I am confident. I am love. I am magic. You say any type of affirmation, as long as it's a positive one, obviously. But once you start to say that in your mind, you'll start to feel the emotion from it. You start to become it. Yeah, just imagine yourself as being your best version. Start off before you go to sleep. The same process that I did. How would this version walk, talk? How would this version feel about itself? How would this version of you feel about himself? And just start to incorporate that feeling in your day-to-day life, and change will happen. There's nothing to worry about. You're not lost. The next chapter of your life is right round the corner. If I can change my life, anybody can change your life. I believe in you. And your time for change starts right now. If this message resonated with you, gave you inspiration, or helped you in any way, please like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.